Nobody tells you that your 20s will break your heart in 1,000 invisible ways. Not just romantic heartbreak, but the heartbreak of disappointing yourself, of quitting something you thought you'd love, of realizing you're not who you said you'd become. There's a week where I felt everything was just off. Not one big thing, it was all just a slow buildup of these small misalignments. It was a job that drained me, people I couldn't connect with, and this quiet sense that I wasn't proud of how I was showing up, and the person I was becoming. And I think the worst part of it was that I thought that pain meant I was failing. But now I see that pain was actually trying to guide me, to get me to step up and to evolve. I used to think that being sensitive was a flaw. Like, why do I feel everything? Why does one passive-aggressive comment spiral in my brain for days? Looking back, it wasn't really that I was fragile. I was just wired to feel more than most people notice. 15 to 20% of people, they have nervous systems that process very deeply. We feel more, which means yes, we also suffer more. But we also sense more. We're the ones who notice the subtle look on a friend's face before they say they are quote-unquote fine. We're the ones who cry at game soundtracks, who feel guilty for saying no. It's like my story got overridden by a glitch I never saw coming. I never chose to flinch every time someone raises their voice. I never asked to be afraid of being seen trying. But here I am, running old code I never consented to, and carrying lessons I never asked for, like items I didn't remember picking up. And the wildest part, we think we've moved on, but that stuff, it doesn't just disappear. It tends to evolve into quieter things, like hesitation, perfectionism, or not texting back. I once did this journal prompt that changed a lot of things internally. Write down the 5 best things that ever happened to you, then the 5 worst, then list your goals and your bad habits. The interesting tidbit here is that every goal traced back to a best moment and every bad habit traced back to a worst. I realized I was embodying all of it, the joy, the hurt, the silence, and the laughter. You're not just your personality, you're a complete museum of your experiences. Some rooms are locked, but they are still hiding somewhere in there. There's this moment you don't notice until after it's passed, when survival mode becomes your normal. For a while, I thought staying in hard situations proved something. Like, if I could endure enough, maybe it meant I was strong. But looking back, I wasn't proving that I was strong, I was just avoiding change. And the thing is, you can't heal if you're still in the fire, especially if you're wired to feel everything. Because that kind of heat, it doesn't just sting once, it lingers. And burn heals, yeah, those ran out months ago. Sometimes the real flex isn't pushing through. It's stepping out, cooling down, and realizing I wasn't meant to live inside the damage. Your subconscious is not a trash bin, it's a sponge. Everything you consume, TikToks, texts, tone of voice, sad music, they stay with you. You can't listen to breakup songs 24/7 and wonder why you feel unloved. You can't watch chaos all day and wonder why you feel anxious. You're the average of your top 5 inputs, not just people, but thoughts, sounds, media, and memories. So guard your gates. Healing doesn't have to be this massive, overwhelming quest. Turns out, it starts with one event. The same way one breakup can ruin you. One hug can begin to put you back together. One friend, one walk, one video, one try again. That can be the complete game changer. Healing doesn't erase the past, but it does recode it. While you can't change your nature, you can go ahead and change your environment. Being emotional isn't a weakness, but numbing yourself is. And if something small has affected you deeply, maybe that's not a problem. Maybe that's actually your superpower. Because once you stop pretending you don't care, you can finally choose what does get to affect you. And you can let it be joy. You can let it be connection or meaning. You're not here to be hardened. You're here to become whole again. And if this resonated with you, go ahead and do that journal prompt tonight. Write down the top 5 best moments, the top 5 worst, and then trace the roots of your habits and your dreams. You'll see that you're not quote-unquote random. You're a story. And your pain, that might just end up being your plot twist. If this helped, drop a comment with one good moment you want to chase more of. Let's look for these healing events together.